Hello and welcome to round 2 coverage of the 7th annual Cachuma Classic on Disconnected. I'm Ethan Wellin and I'm joined in the booth by Chris Brophy.
Hey there.
We've got second round lead card action today on the Mohawk Temp course. It's a cool and damp Saturday morning. First on the box we have Southern California legend Steve Rico. Hole 2 is a 330-foot kind of a pushing hyzer down into a protected green. And second up, we've got Lewis Bitney out of Lompoc. Lewis, great two-way player, really unique spin putt. Ezra Hapner, third, DGA sponsored, been around the game a long time. And of course, Cam. Cam's been a fixture of our 2025 coverage here on Disconnected. He's always fighting for the win, as he will do this weekend.
Cam comes from that royal lineage of Steve, his uncle, and his dad, Bomba, owners of Legacy Discs. Those guys have been battling for a long time. I have the feeling that Stevie enjoys playing with his nephew, but also likes to beat him.
I guarantee you it's motivating for both of them.
Lewis laying it out. Let's go.
Good cap. They win.
Holes 2, 3, and 4 on the Mohawk course where these guys are starting out. Very attackable, especially if you can get them early in the morning before that gust starts coming off the lake. Hole 3 is just a stock hyzer. There's a little bit of OB deep, so you have to control the speed. Just want to swing it out there wide like Lewis is doing.
Like,
Circle's edge for Cam.
Wrist action from Lewis is so interesting to see in slow motion. I think Cam must have trickled OB long. Yeah, so that comebacker was for par.
Oh, goodness.
yeah.
Hole 4, 288. Playing kind of a middle position here. The straight shot, in my opinion, is the preferred attack, either with a putter or a straight mid-range. Just trying to get it over the early obstacles and then under the ceiling.
A lot of fun, tricky holes like this on the Mohawk temporary campground course. Lewis has already landed chest first. 2 out of 3 holes. Like to see it.
Brutal. Low pole spit for Ezra.
Gettable hole. Surprised to see nobody get it here on our lead card.
Yeah, and you would like to have it because 5 through 8 is kind of the teeth of this current layout. We're playing the longest pin here on the 5th, which is 420 feet out there. Not right up against the water, though you could imagine somebody maybe going long into the lake.
You got that fence OB, right?
Yeah, exactly. Anything left of that wooden fence is going to be a penalty stroke.
And the right side's no fun.
Very grabby tree on the right side. A 2-meter penalty is in effect this weekend. Really an incredible spot to take in the view. Quiet, early in the morning.
Yeah, the drive into this course is just stunning views. This lake is incredible. Spins it in again.
3 for 4 start for Lewis.
I...
Sixth hole is the hardest on the course, and in my opinion, a bit of a sucker hole. 407 feet uphill with a hazard road late. So the road parallel to the fairway, running through the middle of the fairway is safe, but the road bisecting the fairway is OB. And then you've got this mandatory tree that Cam's found himself on the wrong side of. You have to really bite off a lot to think about birdieing this hole. And you can par it with 2 of the easiest shots in the world.
Ooh.
Looks like Ezra did climb onto that green, which is really exceptionally rare.
Ezra being from Santa Cruz area and familiar with De La Viega, you know, this reminds me of a De La type shot. Just level 10 skill and courage. Doesn't surprise me he can attack a hole like this.
Now look how small this green is. To think about hitting this with 450 feet of speed. That is a sweet birdie. 331 downhill on the 7th. It is a double mandatory, but it's pretty generous. It's just to keep you out of the adjoining fairways.
Tried to keep it under the branches. He did.
The nature of this course being a temporary course on a campground, you have to contend with those fire pit obstacles, picnic tables.
Ooh, 2 right-handed trees in a row. Get up there.
Okay.
That was a good putt.
Essential to grind out pars from bad positions at Mohawk to keep the momentum going. Ezra's turning his round around a little bit. Back-to-back birdies.
That's some hard holes.
8th, only 282, but a bit uphill.
A fun little turnover. So there's a decent forehand route as well. Oh, he tries for big hyzer, huh?
Either too wide or not high enough. And like on 6, the road crossing the fairway plays as hazard, so you have to be careful with these putts.
Cam gets the distance right.
After 8, we move into the section that I think of as kind of more the core of Mohawk's identity. Technical wooded fairways.
Like to see that forehand roller again. Stevie has every shot. Nice and smooth all the way up for a putt. Over everything. Well, Lewis feeling it.
There's a lot of airspace up there. There's a early telephone line to contend with, but then after that, a lot of space to fly. Steve and Lewis are deadlocked early, so every one of these birdie putts is a putt for the lead.
Wolf, good run. Ooh. That could have stuck.
My bad.
The 10th at 240. This is a pretty much a straight ahead gap shot into a unique green with some big boulders. Gotta get it under that ceiling, really. Well, sometimes you can sneak through like Ezra did.
Oh, yeah.
Such a nice tunnel shot. Feel like it'd be a, amazing ace. Just to laser one through everything. It's there, but definitely have to get all of those parameters right. Up, down, left, right. And then coming into this green, these little rocks will stop you 30 feet short if you don't chip it all the way up there. This is no gimme.
Yeah, they become very annoying on these C2 putts because you can't get your normal stance. You can't always get your normal arm swing.
There you go.
Still a little surprising to see Cam get the only birdie on this card. All right, the 11th hole. It's a uphill, straight to hyzer finish. 258 feet, it's probably a mid. And beating that rock is really the thing you've got to do. If you hit the short side of it, you're unlikely to have a manageable putt. I'm not sure that Lewis can even see the basket from that position. Likewise, a really awkward putt for Steve.
Yeah, if you don't get all the way up there, really penetrate under this green, some tough looks.
Twelfth is a very strange technical little hole. 247. Oh, Steve's going to throw the roller again. Very cool.
Oh, he just hit those. Darn.
See a lot of these little sidearms. This is what I thought maybe Steve was going to do. There's an option to throw that straight to hyzer, and there's an option to throw a turnover flex, which is what Lewis is doing.
Definitely a tricky little section of this course. Very techy.
Tough break for Ezra to be no more than 25 feet away and get forced into a kneeling sidearm putt.
I think you're one hole off.
Another tunnel shot.
Chris.
Great shot, though. Yeah.
Got to hit the gap, fall left. Although this one sort of, pulls you up into a comfortable little landing glove. It's hard to skip too far, get out of that bowl.
Yeah.
It's really about piercing the gap and getting up there.
Yeah. I will say, in past years, this grass was much more kind of short and dead, and so mediocre shots would still slide up into the circle. And that wasn't the case this year. They were kind of stopping back here where Steve had to make his putt from.
Yeah, it's sloping uphill at the end of it, so it's not. This doesn't just naturally fall up the hill through that grass at it. Got to fly it all the way there.
It's Lewis's, I think, kneeling in Poison Oak there.
Scrappy SenCal guys figuring out a way.
Just a stock hyzer on the 14th. The road to the right plays as hazard, I believe. No, the road to the right is safe, and anything all the way across that road is out of bounds. This would be the easiest hole in the current Mohawk layout, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Great shot. Go get that.
Let's skip in.
Water. That.
That had to have been close. That had.
Cam flashes chains.
Getting greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve. Gonna markers.
Look out there. Drop light. Drop light.
Okay, nice hole.
We're in kind of one of the easier positions on the 15th. This is a straight ahead, slightly uphill shot, 284. And this road plays is safe, so you can kind of just take a straight mid or a fairway driver, throw it up there low and let it slide up like Steve's doing. It's a good way to take the long miss out of play.
Whichever way Steve's attacking it is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
It's probably the smartest way. It's probably the most technically correct way. And technically correct is the best way to be correct.
It is the best way.
Steve knows all the shots.
They're down. There, Cam.
Two generations of Ricos with carbon copy shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stiff putt.
As Steve puts out here, Chris, I've got a little piece of trivia for you.
Hit me.
The last year that Steve Rico did not win a single sanctioned MPO tournament.
Well, my instinct would say never. It's a trick question that's never happened. But if I was to give an actual answer to that, I would have to guess last year only because he was the TD of so many tournaments that as acting tournament director without actually playing is probably what kept him out of, a handful of wins that he normally would have had.
Okay, it's a savvy attempt, but he did win last year and the year before that. And he won the 27 years before that. So the answer is that it was 30 years ago in 1994.
Okay. Yeah. So I was right. My instincts were correct. Never.
Never. It's never happened. And he's already won this year the Hunted Elephant Rock, so next year he'll look for 30.
Back down. Yeah, Cam.
One of the first times I saw Stevie was in Las Vegas. You may have heard the story, but he was playing AMs. He had just won AMs in the big Vegas tournament, and we were having a giant CTP with all of the pros and the AMs together. Stevie, as the kid, opted to go first, aced. Just took the CTP money from everybody. Just aces in front of hundreds of people and says, yeah,
And
thanks.
he's been ruining fun and taking money ever since.
It's his favorite thing to do, ruin the fun of others.
We skimmed over the 16th where Cam got a nice birdie. The 17th is another very challenging hole. You're following this road, the sharp bend to the left at the end of the flight, probably 80 or 90 feet left off this road to get to the basket. It's a good scoring spread hole. I mean, you'll see birdies, but you also see plenty of bogeys. Get caught up early, you can get in a lot of trouble.
You have to get so far left at the end of this flight. It makes it pretty tricky and can push you wide into doing something like that. Ouch.
That is a brutal miss off that first tree, and to get up and down from back there would just be truly exceptional. Looks like it's just going to be bogey for Lewis.
Tough two in this position. It's a good putt.
Looks like there was only one lonely birdie in the second round on hole 17, and that belongs to Braden Moore. Nice shot, Braden. So we're playing the shorter pin, the par 3 version of the 18th, which is up on a rise, kind of through a gap between two just absolutely heinous bushes.
My God, you end up short right. That is so thick. It's so nasty. But if you get it pin high, you know, you can blow off the top of that thing and go 50 long, no problem. Short left is a mess. It's a tough hole.
Good job.
Great job.
Yeah.
Now you could zim-zam back and forth on that thing for a while if you're not careful. Good birdie cam.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we'll take the third now.
I'll take the 3 after.
So these guys are going to finish on the first, which is 318 feet, kind of a forced straight to hyzer finish into a little gap. Interesting play by Steve, another roller.
So trying to go cut roller.
Just take it under this canopy, I guess. Hard to tell. Might have a putt.
These trees have grown and grown since they first designed this course. Getting pretty thick up there.
I think this is great by Lewis. Just getting around the back of that biggest guardian. Wow. Ezra really salvaged around, you know. He was 3 over early. Able to fight back and get it under par. He's going to drop off the lead card tomorrow, or this afternoon, but not out of the hunt, I think. Birdie for Lewis and par for Steve. That means that they're going to remain deadlocked at the top of our leaderboard. And looks like Daniel Rubalcaba is going to join them as well. This has been second round coverage on Disconnected. Come back and join us for round 3.
See you there.